Alright, I'm back. Figured I'd do a quick video, not necessarily an update, just something I'm working on. I figured I'd just show you this real quick, just in case anyone has any idea about maybe doing this. Um, Basically, I got a new head unit and decided to put a rear view camera in. I just want to show you how I did it. So, I basically decided to put the camera, which I got off of Amazon, right where the license plate lights are. So if I can get a better angle, there's a screw right there. There's three. There's one on this side, one in the middle behind the camera, and one on this side, and that holds that whole assembly in. So what I did was I just used that screw as a guide. It just so happened that the bracket that came with the camera is like a U shape, and it wrapped right around that screw, which is really nice. And then I just took a Dremel and notched out the housing for this light just ever so slightly, and then brought the wires around back here. This thing doesn't want to focus. So show you what else I did. Here's the head unit. It's a discontinued one. It's somebody suggested. One of the Supra owners. Several guys have these, but this is the XAV AX100. Two things I really like about it, which seems to be what everybody else likes about it. It kind of looks more like what might come OEM, just because you have this physical volume knob. It looks pretty nice, and just the overall appearance looks, I don't know, less aftermarket than most. So that is that. Here's something I'm going to do a quick video on. There's a radium fuel pump. Got the twin pumps set up. I want to do a quick little separate video on this because in that box is the other model that I have that doesn't fit these pumps. So I'll explain that later. So this thing is not wanting to focus. Oh, I think the autofocus was off. That's weird. Okay, so figured I'd show you real quick what I did here. So it was killing me to think about drilling holes in this thing, but I figured there's really no way around it. I guess I could have gone in the trunk. Either way, I don't know if there would have been a good way to fish anything out without drilling holes. So what I decided to do was follow this hole. This hole was for the license plate lights. So I found an extra grommet that I had, drilled a hole there, and drilled a hole in the grommet and put a little slice in it. So that's actually an original, I think, an engine bay grommet, I believe. And then, you know, obviously I'm gonna run the wires through, but yeah, and then I guess I still have to run the wires up through the car, but I at least wanted to do a quick video to show how I decided to do it. I don't know, I was going to do the one that, you know, kind of straps to the license plate itself, and I don't know, the one I decided to go with, yes, I had to drill a hole. Actually, I guess the other way I would have probably drilled a hole anyway, but it just seems a little more low profile the way I decided to do it. Other than that, I don't think I have any updates for you. I took these panels back out because, you know, I still have to do some stuff in there. Yeah, nothing new in here. Everything's pretty much the same. I was just testing to make sure everything worked. So I got one of the headlights in. Put the gauge cluster in, and it was funny. I forgot to put in the dimmer switch, and not that I forgot, but I didn't think about putting any of those switches in. I just assumed that the power would go right to the cluster. So I had some issues like my taillights wouldn't work, the cluster wouldn't work, the HVAC stack wouldn't light up. So I started checking fuses and downloaded a manual. And, you know, like a lot of things, you kind of overthink it. And I found something pretty quickly in the troubleshooting that mentioned a switch. And I'm like, ah, crap, I didn't even think about that. So once I popped in the dimmer switch and the hazard light, all my lights started working and my dash started working. So that was pretty cool. Now the next problem I have is I said I'd make it short, and now I'm babbling. But I got these LEDs for the map light, and I don't know. There's a lot of corrosion on this one side here, and for some reason it's just not working. I switched the bulbs out, or the LEDs. They both work when I flip-flop them. So I don't know. I haven't checked the wiring. I have a brand new one of these, but it's light gray. I don't know if this is discontinued or I just ordered the wrong part number. But yeah, it's light gray. I don't know what cars would have had the light gray. I thought all the headliners were dark, but maybe not. If somebody can comment about that, let me know. So other than that, I think I'll just keep it brief and leave it at that. And yeah, that's it. Still waiting on the fabric for the rear seat. I have the one side I've already shown you, and I messaged the eBay seller about the center pattern. So yeah, I guess that's it. Till next time, the next video I'm going to do will be on the fuel pumps. Again, I think a lot of people know how to do this already, but some don't. And I didn't know. I mean, I did it to my Evo, but every car's a little different. The wiring's a little different. I haven't actually gotten to the point where I even pulled the factory hanger. But I still just wanted to show what I'm going through, because I've definitely watched some other videos, and somebody could be talking about something else completely, but what they're doing or what I see on their car actually helps me. Whether it's a clip I thought I was missing or just something I forgot to take a picture of. So I figured, you know, even if I'm not giving you anything new, there might be something that might help you. So again, I'll leave it at that, and I'll talk to you guys next time. All right.